Welcome to Tuesday, my car, and today we're talking about stereotypes. Woohoo! And again, as always, I'm going to talk about the stereotypes that affect me, and because I know there's quite a few different ones, but these are the ones that I've most noticed. So going right into it, I have not experienced a sort of bad stereotype, though it's not just the fact of a stereotype, and I have a good analogy that I might tie in later, but stereotypes are interesting. And though the ones I've been placed under haven't been necessarily what's considered harmful, I mean, it does kind of ostracize or kind of isolate you at certain points, and I will kind of go into a little bit how that happens. The one I faced, and because, well, there's so much I could say about this, and I don't know if I have enough time to say it, so hopefully I'll get a chance in other videos. But if I'm trying to make it as concise as I can, the stereotype I've been placed most under would be purity and innocence and all that jazz. It's an interesting one to deal with, because first of all, what is purity? Like, what is purity? I will always be purely me. That's how I've always felt. I can't be anybody else. I will always be me, so therefore I am pure. I don't understand any other sort of aspect. I do completely and totally respect those who want to have some morals and want to keep to those and strive for those as kind of a sense of purity, and I, like, for religious reasons or just for personal reasons, my own reasons, I have as a moral ground, I like to be the best, like no one ever was. That's one of my goals, and also one of my goals is to help make things great for as many people as I can. Like, if I could lighten somebody's day, if I could lighten millions of people's days, that would be fantastic. That's my goal in life. That's what I want to always strive for. As many people as I can help or just bring joy to, that would be the best. But having said those things, like, those are the only two things that I have, like, that I want to keep. Sex or anything else just doesn't apply. Like, if I had sex, that wouldn't make those goals any less pertinent or important or valid. I don't really understand the sense with purity that, like, I just don't think a person could be less of themselves if they're not, like, if they have gone against their own moral code. I can see that, yes, but just for what we have defined as purity now, I just don't think works. But that being said, I do think it's wonderful, like, having the stereotypes placed under me has kind of hurt me quite a bit, but I also don't find it bad or, like, discourage any people. Like, I kind of find it cute, quite honestly, and very touching, because a lot of people like to protect what's pure or innocent. Because just not really out of any sort of moral standing. I don't curse, I don't party, I don't do drugs, and I don't do sex. That's more for physical reasons, almost all of those, than anything else. For not swearing, I'd like to use better words. That's not... And plus it's more appropriate for every setting, so I just don't use curse words. For, like, not partying or not having sex or drugs or any of that stuff, well, not the sex, but everything else, like the partying and drugs sort of stuff, I just don't do, because I'm very sensitive to a lot of things, so I just don't do those things. But that's actually kind of a misconception that I wouldn't party or that sort of thing, because I actually do like parties. I like a lot of people. But for not... People like to protect what's pure, and that's where I got kind of shoved in, because I'm actually very much more of an extroverted person. I love being around people, I love seeing people, I love organizing parties, making parties, like, I love people. But the problem is that I don't do a lot of things that a lot of other people have come to do. And so, but also with that, I get all these stereotypes placed under me, and with these stereotypes come, like, people correct themselves around me. Like, it's kind of adorable, but also isolates me. Because, like, I mean, people will start, like, they won't swear around me. Like, oh, Kaylee's here, so mustn't swear. And it's adorable, but also just not. I'm like, no, you're fine. I'm flattered that you'd like to help me keep pure, but my purity wouldn't be affected by that, and I'm still me. I'm still gonna be as pure as I ever was. But it is kind of nice that if you did want to have, like, that sort of, like, purity and stuff like that, people are actually pretty awesome about it. They're pretty, like, oh, I'll help out here, I won't do this, but I didn't get invited to parties or any of that sort of thing. And so, because of that, like, I kept getting left out a lot. Or, like, put up, like, on a pedestal and just like, oh, can't touch her, she's pure. Which, like, I find it flattering, but also then I start to get very isolated from everybody, and I'm like, oh, well, okay. Guess I'll just be by myself then. That's cool, too. So that's kind of most of what has hurt me in terms of stereotypes have gone. Oh yes, for stereotypes, I don't think... Got a love-hate relationship with stereotypes, and I don't think they are unnecessary at all. But what I find is, like, the perfect analogy for them. Just like boxes and labels are great for getting places, but once you get there, you have to unpack. Like, once you meet somebody, you have to get to know them. Because what's inside the box is a lot different than the box itself. And so, if that's understood from as many people as we can, then it'll probably make for everybody's lives being a little bit better, and not as harmful, and not... So I don't have to be, like, just because I'm pure, whatever, and just because I don't like to do the things I don't like to do, that doesn't mean there's not other things that I'm really willing to hear about or do or have fun with. This is the other thing I was going to talk about. There's a very big thing and I'm missing it. Yes. Okay, so it's very interesting because people are actually very more acutely aware of their surroundings than I think even we realize. Like, I would say I actually have a horrible gaydar. I couldn't tell you if somebody was gay, like, oh yes, that person. But in actuality, I actually usually kind of know, because the people I've been attracted to have been gay. Like, for the most part, like, I've been somewhat attracted to. That there's a whole scale of my attraction level, and, like, there's the people I put in the some people I could probably date category, and pretty much everyone that has gone in that category has been gay. And that's because I've been looking for people that aren't attracted to me, like the same, so I'm looking for an asexual. But for the most part, they're gonna turn out to be gay, because that's what, there's more of them than there is of asexuals, so that's kind of what happens. But, that being said, like, I'm pretty acutely aware, though, that of a person not having that sexual attraction. And so, with that means other people are also more aware of everybody else. And so that's really true too. Like, for me, like, I've experienced all the time, just like, I love it when people kind of try to figure out, like, maybe the gay thing, like, maybe she's gay. And I've had people, like, try to, like, tell jokes and, like, oh, but no offense to anybody who is gay, kind of like a big look at me, just like, is she? I don't know. They know something's different, but they're not sure what, and so they usually try like little ways to figure out what's going on. Which I think like I'm completely fine with like people knowing what I am and that sort of thing, but like it's interesting to see people try to work out what they know and what actually might be true. But that's kind of what's good about stereotypes and that sort of thing, is kind of they help you kind of easily and kind of quickly just decide things. And like I said, they help you move. They help you get places, and then once you get there, then you can look at all the other things, like what's actually in there. So I think that's probably not said as concisely or right as it could be, but I hope that's okay. I hope you kind of put together what I'm trying to spill out to you, as I'm so scrambled and in my car and obviously too busy to do this. I'm so sorry. I will try to do these better in the future. At some point. But for now, I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday, and I hope you heard a little bit about some of the stereotypes I myself have faced, and maybe some others have faced. So, bye!